Welcome everyone to the sixth round of season 5 in TFL, and we are getting ready for our second sprint weekend. Last time out we were at Austria, and before Austria we were in France where we had our first sprint weekend. Now, here at Silverstone, we have our second sprint weekend. Of course, starting with a one-shot qualifying. We will start in a few seconds' time where it will be a one shot for pole position, and the driver that will be fastest here in the one shot qualifying will start from pole position in the 50% race. And after that 50% race, there will be a sprint race. The sprint race, the top 10 drivers from the 50% race will be reversed coming into the sprint race, and the top 10 has to start on the soft tires, but we will explain more when we get there. For now though, it's just 15 seconds on the clock when qualifying hits, and we will see who will be fastest here at Silverstone. Julian and Shane won't be here tonight. They have an IFR event. So we have 16 drivers here at Silverstone getting ready and going for pole position now. And Noah Jones leads the way in P1 from the get-go. And that still remains the same after the Lewis Hamilton straight. And now coming on towards the first DRS 8, but Mika takes the lead in P1. Let's go on board with Mika. Just get to the driver now. Mika is now in P2. Noah Jones take back the lead in P1. He takes a little bit too much curb, Mika, and is falling down the other. Frankie is moving up towards P5, but now Bolly has taken the lead in P1. QRT Bolly is fastest at the moment. Sven in P4, Cameron in P3. Bolly has been overtaken by Noah Jones once again, going into Cops. Cops is the corner that is flat out here in qualifying. Noah Jones still leading the way from Cameron. Bolly falling down towards P3. Now the second sector, we will see what times are the drivers posting. It will be a 103.2 for Frankie. But let's go towards the front of the field. Now Cameron is in the lead. Ball is in P2, coming out of nowhere. Ball in the Ferrari. Ono has gone to P2. A few drivers might have made some mistakes and cut the track limits, and that is why they've fallen down the order. Cameron is leading, and now is coming over the line in his Ferrari to take pole position for the 50% race. 26.4 for the pole position, and just a few 100ths of a second back, it is Ono in the Haas in P2 and Boggle in P3. So that was a one-shot qualifying, and here is the grid for the 50% race. And it's Cameron in P1 for Ferrari. Ball in P3 for Ferrari. Ferrari once again doing well in the sprint weekend, just like in France. Then it's Ono in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sven in P4, Bolly in P5. He certainly won't be happy with that. He at least got a time on the board. Then it's Blackbox in P6. P7 is for Mika. P8 for Frankie. P9 Fruitful. And P10 Janssen. Then P11 it's Jerry. He is still our championship leader. We will talk about that more in just a few moments' time. Noah Jones in P12. Not having set the best lap times. P9 till P12. Then it's P13 and 14, 15, 16 all invalidated their laps, so they will start further down the grid. It's a dry race for a change. Last time out in France we had 2 wet races. All things can happen though, so it might not remain dry for the entire race, so let's keep an eye on the weather. So now we are getting ready for the 50% race. And maybe as well as a little bit too fast for your bets for the qualifying, but who do you think is going to win the 50% race here around Silverstone? Of course, the 50% race handing out the most amount of points. And who do you think is going to take away those 25 points here in the 50% race. We are getting ready to start the race, but of course, first there's the formation lap, and Cameron in the Ferrari leads the field away. Oh no, good position from him. Unfortunately for him, just not the pole position that he would have liked to see. Just a few 100ths of a second down is not bad at all. Now he has to concentrate to go for the win, and to win this race he'll have to overtake Cameron. Let's go to the different tire compounds that everyone is using. Frankie and Fruitful colliding on the formation lap, so both are now on the grid with cold tires for the start of the race, so that is not good at all for them. So soft tires for the entire top 10, then everyone outside of the top 10 all on the medium tires. So it's a clear split between the softs and the mediums. Jerry van Bussel, the first of the cars to be able to have a free tire choice in P11. And Charles and Henry were the drivers that were off screen during the results of qualifying, so they'll start in P16 and P15 respectively, as the field is almost ready to start this race. Can Ferrari make it a 1-2 in this race? The championship itself, we will have the championship results in just a few moments time. I have them ready. Let's take them now. Let's look at the championship standings at the moment. And as we said, P1 is Jerry van Bussel. He's on 66 points, and 64 points is Davy in the Mercedes. Davy starting at P11, Jerry starting at Davy starting at P14, sorry, and Jerry starting at P11. So not at all good results for the championship leaders, but they'll have to make up a few places in this race as we get ready for the 5 lights to go on now. The lights go out and they are underway, and it is a good start for the Haas of Onno. He's already alongside the Ferrari of Cameron. Can he overtake Cameron going into turn 1? No, he can't. The other Ferrari is interested in taking the position of Onno, but he can't. But Bolly in the other Haas is fighting the Ferrari now in P3. And all positions stay the same in the top 4. Sweat making up places in P5, so he had a good start. Ball is on the attack and is trying to take Onno going into the next corner, and he manages to stay behind the Haas. So it's still Ferrari Haas in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a good start from Cameron to lead the field away. And Bali under pressure from Sven going into Cop's corner, but he manages to stay in front. There's a few cars going side by side towards the end of the field. It's Mercedes of Noah Jones going around the outside of the Alpine of Kaya, and he manages to take the position. Was that off track though? Fruitful having an awful start, maybe something to do with those cold tires, but he is now in P13 on the softs. He might be able to get those places back though, because he has those softs, and those tires are good at the start of the race. Sven now going into Stowe. Can he make a move for P4 on the Haas? No, he can't. He stays behind Bolly. Bolly real quick on this track, I know out of experience, but he is still in P4 and can't challenge Ball, but is defending from Sven. Cameron sets the fastest step of the race meanwhile, 132.1. And now Sven once again real close on the rear of Bolly. Let's go on board with Sven. Can he make a move going into turn 3? No, he can't. There's a yellow sector 1, and that is Noah Jones, and he's out of the race. Will that be a safety car? It will be a virtual safety car. So what happened there? I have no idea what happened there, but suddenly there was a yellow flag, and Noah Jones is out of the Grand Prix. So 15 runners left in this race. Noah Jones is not one of them. So we'll have to wait for the safety car to end, the virtual safety car to end. Let's recap just a little bit. Cameron in P1, Ono in P2, Borrell in P3, same top 3 as we started with. Then it's Bolly, Sven, Mika, Blackbox, Frankie, Janssen, Jerry, your top 10. Jerry making up one position at the start of the race on those mediums. Fruitful losing out with those softs. And let's pay attention that no one will get a drive-through penalty here at the race restart. Just a few moments time, we will go back to racing conditions and the green flag will be waved. Gaps should remain the same, and it's now green flag once again. Mika trying an opportunistic move on Sven. Can he make the move work? That gives Bolly a little bit of breathing space. DRS now enabled. Frankie and Blackbox going side by side. Frankie on the outside of turn 1 and the Hamilton straight. It's still Blackbox on the inside, but Frankie holds on around the outside and with contact. And it's going 3 wide into the next corner. The Red Bull of Blackbox holding on to the position, but the Alpine now making the dive bomb back. That's awesome racing here. And Blackbox taking P7 back as Jerry. No! Jerry has been spun around. Oh no, he was an innocent bystander in that battle. And unfortunately he got spun around, a championship leader. It will be a very difficult task to get back into the championship paying positions, points paying positions, but he is now in P15 as Charles has the first time penalty of the session. That was just unfortunate. Fruitful making up a lot of positions with those soft tires, like we predicted, is back up into the points paying positions. In P10, the position that Jerry van Bussel was in before he had that that crash. Now let's go on board with Kaya. Can he make a move on Fruitful? No, he can't. He stays behind the AlphaTauri driver for now. Sven, once again, getting close to the rear of Bolly. And then just a few tenths of a second. Ono now sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. 28.933 indicates that he has some pace in this race. Bolly going a bit wide in the Haas, and it's Davey making up a move on Henry on the Hamilton straight. Good job by Davey going back up into P12, making up positions as his championship rival is making mistakes or just has an incident and does not have the ability to score big points. Davey needs to pick up some points. He is currently 2 points behind Jerry van Bussel in the standings. Sven now real close to Bolly. Can he make a move going into Cop's corner? No, he can't. He stays behind in the Red Bull. Bolly's car looking really unstable at the rear. But that just might be me. Bolly though, through Maggots and Beckett's, real close to the back of Ball. Can he make a move on the Ferrari here? They both have the DRS, so that proves difficult for Bolly to make a move. Kaya and Fruitful on side by side, looking to go side by side towards Stowe. And on the outside, Fruitful, can he hold on to the position? No, he can't. Kaya overtakes going into Stowe. Good move by Kaya, as Janssen is the first of the drivers to head into the pit lane. And he's on the soft, so will change to the medium tires. Early stop by Janssen, but that might just prove a real good move here in the race. But we will see in just a few moments time as someone has spun. It's Henry. Henry has spun on the straight. And he is now in P13, overtaken by Jerry van Bussel, so he's now back into P13. Bolly now, once again, real close to the Ferrari, and Sven just can't keep up with the leading cars, and is in P5. Still Ferrari Haas in P1, 2, 3, and 4. Can Ono make a move going into Stowe? Is he pushing a little bit of ERS? No, he is not. Bolly closest to the cars of this group, within 2 tenths of Ball. And now he's gaining a lot of time. Ball once again crosses the white line at the exit of Cops. If he uses that line a little bit more, a few times more, that might give him a time penalty, so he'll have to look out for that. Now, Ono is trying to make the move on Cameron. He is alongside and ahead of the Ferrari. Ono into the lead of the race, and Cameron relegated down one position in the Ferrari. And good move by Ono going into Stowe. And he made that move on the hangar straight. Ball now real close to the back of Cameron as well. So can Cameron lose 2 positions? It's just a few corners time as Bolly now gets a 3-second time penalty in P4. And with the gaps so small at this moment in time, hopefully for him at the checkered flag the gaps will be a bit bigger, so that he won't lose too much positions with that 3-second time penalty. Mika real close to Sven now, but Sven has the DRS to use. Still 1 second behind Bolly, but had DRS or was within 1 second at the DRS detection point. So he could use the DRS at that straight. Now Cameron is looking to find it difficult to follow Ono. He's at 5 temps, Ball is at 3.5 temps, and Bolly behind is at 2.5 temps. Cameron not getting the best run through Megas and backup, but so doesn't Ball. Now Bolly, can he make a move? 2.5 temps back from the Ferrari driver. He is pushing his ERS, but so is Ball by the looks of it, and can't make the move. Mika though makes the move on Sven. Mika into P5. Can he now chase to the front of the field as Ono and the Ball come into the pit lane? That will leave Cameron in the lead of the race. Bolly continues as well, and Mika in P3 continues as well in the Papaya McLaren. Today the new McLaren of 2022 was revealed, and it was an awesome car to see in my opinion. Frankie making the move on Sven as well. Sven falling back a little bit. Might he have a problem with this car? Damage maybe, because it doesn't look like he has the pace at the moment to keep up with the guys in front. He has the DRS on Frankie, but Frankie has the DRS as well, so he can't make the move on the Alpine driver, Sven. Bolly now real close to camera. Probably the drivers will go into the pit lane at the end of this lap to protect against the undercut, or they will stretch this stint just to have the better medium tires at the end. But it is difficult to overtake here at Silverstone, as we are seeing with that DRS train that we are experiencing. Now Cameron not getting a good exit. Oh, Cameron, no! He spins round! Cameron making a mistake, and he spins his Ferrari around, and he throws away a podium position. Oh no! That leaves Bolly for now in the lead of the race, as Kaya made a move on Black Box. Can Black Box switch back though? No, he can't. There's a few more drivers come into the pit lane. Bolly is among them. Mika, Frankie, all into the pit lane. Sven into the pit lane. That will leave Kaya in the lead of the race, and Davey behind is now in P2. But that is absolutely heartbreaking for Cameron, who was leading the race, made a mistake coming out of Chapel. Oh, that is an awesome, but not an awesome, well, very bad thing to see for Cameron. And he's now in P14 in the pit lane. Davey catching up to the Alpine of Kaya now. He might be able to take the lead of the race. We have seen a few different drivers taking the lead of the race today. Kaya now in the lead. Can Davey take the lead on the hangar straight? They, of course, on the mediums will continue on for a bit longer to then change onto the softs. Kaya getting a bad run through Magus Beckers, but can he get a good exit? Yes, he can. Davey is not using the ERS, he is using his DRS though, because he is with 1 second, and he almost touches the rear of Kaya but stays behind. And they both continue on, of course. Jerry in P5 after that unfortunate spin is behind Henry. Behind them it's Ono. In front of Ball, but not for long by the looks of it, because Ball now is on the outside. Can he overtake Ono? Yes, he can. Ono relegated down to P7. And Bolly is on the rear of his teammate as well, almost going into the back of him, but Ball now into the virtual lead of this Grand Prix as Henry makes a move on Shaw. Shaw, has he made a mistake? No, he didn't make a mistake. He might have made a mistake because he lost 2 positions there. As Davey for the lead of the race. And we called it just a few laps ago, but now Davey is in the lead of the race. Can Kaya get back at him though? No, he can't. But that was real close between the two of them. Kaya is pushing a little bit of ERS. Davey is pushing a little bit of ERS as well. But stays ahead of the Alpine driver going into Cop's corner. And Ono closing up to the rear of Ball. And his teammate Bolly real close behind as well. One bad exit and you're done. Bolly is pushing his ERS coming towards Cops. Can he make a move in Cops? No, he can't. He stays behind. Davey has been overtaken by Kaya once again. But we'll focus on this battle because this is for the virtual lead of the Grand Prix. Jerry van Bussel makes the move on Henry for P3, the podium paying position. Now Bolly real close behind Ono, but Ono is using his ERS but doesn't have enough ERS anymore. Look at the lights blinking at the rear of the Haas. Bolly does have 60% of ERS. Can he now make a move? Going into one of the final corners of the track. Yes, he can. He puts it alongside his teammate. Can he now switch back on Ono? He is on the inside. He leaves in the room, Ono. Good job by them. They make a little bit of contact, but unfortunately they aren't going off track and there isn't an incident. Ono defensive going into turn 3, but keeps hold of P7. There's no Bolly, goes for the inside. They make contact. Ono did turn in the car a little bit, and Bolly made contact with the Haas of Ono because Ono just turned in to the apex and kept a little bit of room for Bolly, but not a lot of room. The thing is, Ono now has to stay within 1 second of Ball, because if he doesn't do that, the lead of the race might be going away for the two Haas drivers. So by not working together, as we've seen earlier in real life, Haas might be throwing everything away. Now Ono does not have enough ERS, now is chanceless against Bolly as he now takes back P7 in this race and chases off the Ball once again. Can Bolly go for the lead of the race, the virtual lead of the race? Because Kaya is currently still leading from Davey, from Jerry. Then it's Henry, Shaw and Ball in the virtual lead of the race. Black Box takes a 3-second time penalty in P14 and he boxes now. Probably will retire in the pit lane. Yes, he has retired in the pit lane. Black Box is out of the Grand Prix. Cameron moves up to P14. Unfortunate race for Cameron as well. Then it's Janssen Sven in P12. So he really took a turn for the worse for Sven. Thing is, has Fruitful boxed already? Yes, he has. Fruitful has boxed already for new mediums in his P11. Jerry van Bussel takes a 3-second time penalty. Says yellow flag and the yellow flag, and it's Shaw. No, in P5. He made a mistake coming out of Cops and is on his way now. He made a mistake. Davey now once again making a move for the lead of the race. Can Kaya come back at him though? Can he make the dive? No, he won't. He will stay behind Davey for now. And Bolly for the lead of the race this. Bolly, can he make the move on Ball? Yes, he can. And he moves himself up into the lead of the race. Good job by the Haas of Bolly. And is now in the virtual lead of this race. Shaw will get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. And he has DNF'd as well, so there might have been problems for Shaw. Now Bolly will try to defend from on a ball behind. Ono is now in P7, still in the battle as well. 16% of ERS. Ball on almost 30 and Bolly on almost 30 as well. So pretty similar levels for P5 and P6. P7 a bit down. Yellow sector 1, that is because of Janssen, I think, or it's because of the Aston Martin of Shaw. Now looking at the lead of the race, that is staying the same, coming towards Stowe. Looks like it. Yes, Davey is maintaining a lead of the race. Still yellow sector 1, and now the yellow is gone. Gambol will make the move on Bolly now. Onto the hangar straight they go. And Bolly stays behind, is using his DRS of course, because he is within 1 second of Bolly, but uses that DRS to defend from Ono, Bolly's teammate. And still, Davey and Kaya remain out on the track with their medium tires, their old medium tires that they started on. Kaya within 2/10 of a second of Davey, can't make the move. Henry though makes a move on Jerry. Jerry not defending at all, has been overtaken by Henry. Of course they both have to make a pit stop, and they will come out behind Sven, I suppose, after their pit stops. And they are hoping for a safety car, because that will bring them back into the race. Henry and Jerry both crossing that white line and thus avoiding a penalty because of a glitch in the game of Jerry just throwing his car in Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Awesome to see. Frankie has now closed up to Mika, and Mika is close up to Ono, Borrell and Bolly. So the leading group does now contain 6 drivers with Fruitful as well. He's in P10 on those mediums. So good recovery drive by him, definitely. But now comes the hard part of actually overtaking here at Silverstone. See yellow sector 3. What is that yellow 4? Is that Sven? Sven, no! Makes a mistake, and he is very slowly coming into the pit lane. So Sven making a mistake somewhere. Now coming into the pit lane, probably will retire his Red Bull by the looks of it. Looks like there's not even enough power in that Red Bull. Of course, no technical retirements in the game. Cameron also has DNF, and Janssen in P13. A lot of DNFs here. Now Kaya real close behind Davey. And he is setting up a move on the Mercedes driver. I think this will be the lap that they will pit, so Kaya will do anything about it to overtake Davey coming into Stowe. Will he go for the move? No, he won't. He stays behind. He stays behind Davey. Does Davey go into the pit lane? No, he doesn't. They stay out once more. While he's still leading the way in his Haas. From Borrell, Ono, Mika real close to Ono. Jerry van Bussel now is heading into the pit lane. Real long pit lane here. And that means Jerry will come out behind Fruitful, is my guess. This entire train is just for the lead of the race. Fruitful 8 times behind. Then it's Frankie, Mika, Ono, Borrell, and then Bolly. Mika now on the rear of Ono. Can he go for a move? Coming into turn 3. He puts his McLaren side by side with Ono. Ono squeezes him out, and that is good racing by Ono. He doesn't leave him any room whatsoever, but that was his corner, and keeps hold of that 6th position. That is a provisional podium position by the looks of it, but don't take out Davey and Kaya. Don't take them out of the equation. They are leading still on those old mediums. But they might go for a podium in the end as Kaya now makes a move for the lead of the race. And that surely means Kaya is now going to pit for the softs. Yes, he is. And Davey follows him in. Where will they come out? Oh no, Davey hits the rear of Kaya. Let's go on board with Kaya. I don't think Davey has any damage whatsoever by the looks of it. Ball now coming into Stowe. Can't overtake Bolly once again, but they're real close. And Mika now going for the move on the Haas of Ono. He moves himself up into P6 momentarily. Ono doesn't leave him any room whatsoever. And now Mika still in P7. And P6 as Davey and Kaya are in the pit lane. As yellow sector 2. What is that for? I think that is Janssen. And Kops. But he is on his way once again. Look at how close these cars are. Kaya on his fresh softs in the Alpine is in P7. And he's now chasing the rest of the pack, leading this race. Frankie real close to Mika. Mika really close to Ono as well. Can he go for the move? Coming into Kops. He is trying to go for the move though. No, he isn't. He just deactivated his ERS. Oh, he's so close going into Magus, Baggett and Chapel. He has the overspeed. You can just see it. But he is not going for the move. Ono keeps hold of that third position for now. But an awesome run out of Chapel for Mika. Can he go for the move now? Ono is derating. Mika is now derating as well. Mika switches to the outside as Bolly and Ball are going side by side as well. Ball into the lead of the race. Bolly in P2 as Mika is now alongside Ono once again. Ono almost squeezes Mika out, but Mika goes a long way round and he takes P3 now. Awesome move by Mika, and it's Ono loses the position to Frankie as well. He is pushing his ERS down towards turn 1 now. Can he go around the outside of Frankie now? No, he can't. He stays behind in P5, and it looks like there is some damage for Ono because he can't turn in as well as he usually does. But that was a good battle, and it was a bit reminiscent of Charles Leclerc versus Max Verstappen in Silverstone in 2019. Remember the Red Bull and the Haas battling it out for the entire race. And that was a great battle to see, and that was reminiscent, Mika and Ono, of that battle. Bolly now in P2 has a time penalty as well. Picked it up somewhere. Bolly in the lead, Bolly in P2. Can Bolly take the lead of the race back now? I don't think he can, because Ball gets a good exit. And that distance, I think, is a bit too big. Bolly not pushing the ERS. Is he going for a move coming into Stone? No, he is not. He stays behind the Ferrari for now. And you can just see perfectly what's happening here from the onboard of the AlphaTauri. This entire train real close to one another. Skya now, fast lap of the race, instantly beaten by Davey. They are catching rapidly, 2.5 seconds behind. Fruitful at the moment. They are catching up to the train. Can they cut their way through the field as now almost Kaya spins around after he makes a mistake? Can Davey now go for a move on Kaya? Going for a move, almost. Bolly on Ball. Ball stays in the lead of the race though. Not going for a move yet. So the Haas stays in P2. He has that 30-second time penalty. It might be taken away if that warning was gained when battling another car. But we will wait and see what happens after the race. Now Bolly gets a great exit coming out of Chapel. He activates the DRS to go for a move on Bolly. And he goes for the inside, coming to the stall, and he takes back the lead of the race. Bolly once again into the lead of the race. Great move by him. Can now Mika go for a move as well? The McLaren making up a lot of places in this race. He is on the medium tire as well. Kaya losing a little bit of time to Fruitful, so that might indicate that the soft tires are not as good as they were just a few laps ago. And they are getting worse and worse, and at the moment worse than the mediums. But that might be a very quick conclusion. As now Kaya 2.1 seconds behind Fruitful. Looks like he's gaining now once again. And the Mercedes of Davy and the Alpine of Kaya gaining slowly but surely on the group in front. Ball going a bit wide. Mika can't make the move and stays behind. Going into cups now. And will there be a position change for the lead now once again? Ball has a bit of trouble going through Maggots and Beckett's, as we saw the last lap that allowed Bolly to make a move for lead in the race. He's using a little bit of his ERS, but not all, and stays behind Bolly. Might be able now to gather some more energy behind the Haas driver, and with that energy try to go for a last lap overtake on the Haas, but we'll wait and see what happens. Fruitful 2.5 tenths behind Ono. Ono, of course, losing 2 positions in a few laps ago. Can Fruitful make a move on Ono as well? Ono getting a good exit now, and that won't allow Fruitful to make the overtake. Kaya now 1.6 behind Fruitful, so he's almost within DRS range. So keep your eyes on the Alpine. All in second position, Mika in third position. And the moves for the lead in the of the race are being made. We have seen quite a few different drivers leading this race, but behind them it has been pretty quiet, and not a lot of moves have been made. Will we see a move now coming onto the hangar straight? Can Mika once again make a move? No, he can't. He stays behind the Ferrari. The Ferrari almost overtook Bolly, and now Davy moves his way past Kaya. Davy now into P7, and he'll try to gain some few temps and get within the DRS range of Fruitful. Davy setting the fastest lap of the race as well, 28.098. Davy going a bit wide, and Fruitful on the back of Ono. Can Fruitful go for a move here? No, he can't. Mika is lining up the move as well on Ball in the Ferrari. He's real close now behind the Ferrari. He is pushing his ERS. Is he going for an overtake now? No, he is not. Look at Davy. He's 1.1 behind Fruitful, almost within DRS range. I think the next time they'll cross the hangar straight in just a few corners time, Davy will have the DRS on Fruitful. So that move on Kaya might have proven very crucial here. Lap 21 of 26 here at Silverstone. And I have a feeling the most exciting racing is still waiting to be seen here. Fruitful gets another 3-second time penalty in P6. Now Mika really close behind Ball. Ball has to push a little bit of his ERS and is now gaining on Bolly as well. He makes the move on Bolly. What can Mika do? Mika can't do anything about it. Bolly, can he make the switch back? No, he can't. But Mika now will try to make the move on the Haas driver. He's going towards the outside. Can he make the move on Haas? No, he can't. But the Haas of Bolly and Ball in the Ferrari are side by side. And now they are in Bolly back into the lead of the race once again. Mika couldn't do anything about it. Frankie close behind in P4 as well. Bolly is derating Mika is trying to make the move now. Will he make the move? Oh no! I think Ono made a move on Frankie, but they made contact. And Fruitful and Ono made contact as well by the looks of it. Looking towards the lead of the race, Bolly now once again going for a move on Borrell. He's once again back into the lead of the race. And those position changes, they keep on going. And I just can't predict who is going to win this race. Kaya now once again overtakes Davey. Wow, and they are going side by side towards Cops. Davey takes back P7 and is now right behind Fruitful on his soft tires. Wow, so this will get very interesting. Definitely. Davey does not have a lot of ERS though, you can see it. His lights are blinking, which indicates that he does not have a lot of ERS left. Fruitful, real close to Ono. Can he maybe make a move going into Stowe? Fruitful is pushing a little bit of his ERS. Can he go for the inside? Yes, he can. Oh, they almost made contact. Kaya now overtakes Davey as well. As Kaya gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh no! Oh, Davey and Kaya! They made contact battling all race. And it was reminiscent of Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen in 2019 as well. Oh no! Both soft runners have completely screwed each other over. And now Kaya in P10, Davey in P7, and that was, I think, the mistake by Davey braking a little bit too late and into the rear of Kaya. Oh, that is not the thing you'd like to see for the driver's second in the Drivers' Championship. But now let's focus on the battle for the lead of the race. Bolly still leading from Ball, and then it's Mika, Frankie, Ono and Fruitful. Fruitful 2.5 tenths behind Ono, and Mika 1.5 tenths behind Ball. Mika 16% of ERS left, Ball 17, Bolly 6. All drivers don't have a lot of ERS left in this race, and still 4 laps left. This will get tasty, I'll promise you. Will Mika go for a move coming into Stowe? No, he can't. He does not have the overspeed on Ball. Can he now go for a move? He is pushing his ERS. Ball is defending. Can Mika go for a move around the outside? He tries the same move he tried before on Ono, but that doesn't work this time round. Frankie tries to catch up on Mika, but the move Mika made didn't allow Frankie to catch up to Mika. Oh no, Frankie almost! Oh, what a save by Frankie. He almost lost his Alpine at turn 2. Now Ball makes a mistake. Can Mika go for a move now? He activates the DRS and the ERS a little bit. Once again stays behind the Ferrari. 3 laps left. The clock is ticking down. And Bolgi is still leading with his time penalty from Borrell, Mika, Frankie, Ono and Fruitful. For the sprint race that will happen after this race, we will go back to the lobby. Oh no, Bolly went over the white line. Hopefully for him he didn't get a warning for that, but if he does that a couple of more times, he might get a penalty for that after the race. As we were saying, oh, let's not say that now, because Ball is going for the move on Bolly. He goes for the inside on Bolly. He goes for the lead of the race. He takes back the lead of the race. Mika behind, sees it all happening in front of him. He's trying to go for the move. No, he stays behind, as now Davey and Henry are battling for a position in P7 and 8. Henry moves himself up into P7. And Jerry van Bussel into the pit lane. I think he'll go for the faster lap of the race. Bolly real close to Borrell. 2 laps left in this race. Now, will Bolly go for the move? He uses his ERS. I think he'll go for the move. Yes, he will. And he is ahead of the Ferrari driver once again. How many times have we seen a position change in this race for the lead? And Mika almost went for the move on the Ferrari as well, but he stays behind Ball for now. this will get interesting in this final lap. All drivers in the top 3 know that they can go for the lead of the race. Bolly once again going over that wide line. I think the stewards will have to look at that after the race. Ball now real close behind Bolly. Ball has a bit more ERS to use and will go for the lead of the race. I think Mika will try to go for the move as well. He'll go for the inside on the Haas of Bolly, and he takes P2 from the Haas, but they are still side by side. Bolly now on the inside. Can Mika hang on around the outside? Yes, he can. That turns into the inside for the next corner. And Bolly, also off the track, is now side by side with Mika still. Frankie takes P2. Where did he come from? Frankie into P2, and Mika and Bolly still side by side. Mika on the inside, now on the outside. They bang wheels. Oh, Bolly hangs on once again. Awesome racing here. And Mika on the outside now, I think, will be forced out wide. Yes, he does. Mika now into P4, almost lost his car. I think Ball is safe for the win in this race, but this is all for the final podium paying position. Frankie in P2. He took advantage of that battle happening in front. Great job by Frankie. He's in P2. I think he won't challenge for the win in this race, especially because he has the time penalty. Mika does not have the time penalty, so I think he'll move up into P2 if nothing will happen here. Bolly and Frankie both out of the ERS. Almost hitting the rear of Frankie Bolly there. Now can Bolly go for the move on Frankie? Is yellow sector 3, I think that is for Gaia in the pit lane. For sure, as Bolly now moves his way past. Oh, where did he come from? Fruitful! Oh, round, wow! Mika spins round. Frankie and Fruitful are side by side. Fruitful around the outside. Oh, he's forced out real wide now. And yes, Fruitful, of course, cutting that corner and will take P3 on the road. I think that will have to be looked at because Fruitful was forced out wide. And I think he has a chance of that 5-second time penalty definitely being taken away from his finishing time. Oh, wow, what a finish to the Grand Prix. That was definitely something. Wow. Mika spinning around at Stowe because Fruitful went for the inside real clean. He did that move fair and square. And Mika just made contact with another car and was spun around. But wow, what a race in the end there. Fruitful cutting the grass for good measure. Baby driver of the day. Now, I don't think he fully deserves that at the moment. But he is in P7, nonetheless. But Ball, he executed his race perfectly. He takes the win here in Silverstone and will start from P10 in the sprint race. Then it's Ono in P2, Frankie in P3, amazing job by him. Then it's Bolly in P4, Mika in P5, P6 is for Fruitful, P7 Davey, P8 Kaya, P9 Henry, and P10 Jerry van Bussel takes the fastest lap of the race. That is surely the reason why he pitted, and the added benefit that he can start from pole position. Then it's Janssen, Sven, Cameron Shaw, Black Box, and Noah Jones in P16. And we are returning to the main menu to set up the grid for the sprint race. 25% race, so that is 13 laps around Silverstone. Mandatory pit stop if there isn't any sort of rain. But we will only find out when there is a session and when we are going to race in just a few minutes time. So everyone watching, in just a few minutes time the sprint race will start. And I have the message that Julian is on his way to join the sprint race as well, but we will find out if that is true in just a few moments time. I think one driver has left the session now. Let's set up the grid for the sprint race weekend structure. So the qualifying format, there will be a grid editor. Custom grid. Okay, so looking at the positions. P10 will be Onno. Then Jerry van Bussel will be in P1. Then Noah Jones will be in P16. So we'll be back in just a few minutes time after the grid has been edited. So we'll see you in just a few moments time. And we are getting ready for the sprint race around Silverstone. 25% race here, 13 laps. The grid has been set and we are ready for 13 cracking laps around this track. One mandatory pit stop is required. So we will see who will be victorious in this race. Jerry van Bussel, our championship leader, finished in P10. That means he can start in P1 for the sprint race. Now we'll wait 10 more seconds to start the formation lap around the Silverstone track. The top 10 will start on the soft tire. And let's see if everyone in the top 10 is on the softs. Yes, they are. Everyone outside of the top 10, except for Julian, is on the softs. Remember, Julian and Jagizan joined this race later. Jagizan is in front of Julian. And that is because in the championship standings, Jagizan is ahead of Julian. That is why he is now ahead on the grid, because they haven't qualified, to be exact, for the sprint race. But they will be put in position 15th and 16th on the grid. This will be a one-stop race, definitely. I expect the medium runners to make a very soon pit stop, maybe even after the first lap, just to get rid of those mediums and immediately go for the softs. But let's see what will happen. Jan van Bussel will lead the way from pole position. Henry behind them. Then it's Kaya, Davy, Fruitful, Mika, Bolly, Frankie, Ono, and Ball, our race winner last time out. In P10, final points being positioned. Points being handed out: 1 point for P10, 2 for P9, then it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 15 points for the win. Additional to the 25 points for the win. And of course all the other points handed out in the 15% race. The pole position point after the one-shot qualifying, and the fastest lap after the 50% race. So these points will be added onto those points. And of course 1 point for fastest lap is still available here in the sprint race. We are getting ready for 13 laps around Silverstone. I get the notification that Ono does not have a setup, so that might prove difficult for him around this track. On board with Henry, looking from his perspective, as the final cars are now lining up on the grid. Julian's Alfa Romeo at the back of the grid. We are now getting ready for the start of the race. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. And the lights are out. The McLaren of Jerry gets a good start. The Williams of Henry on the inside, though, gets an even better start and is ahead of the McLaren going into turn 1. Then it is Kaya in P3. Can he make a move on Jerry immediately? No, he can't. But Davy is in P4 and is trying to make the move on both the McLaren and the on the inside of the Alpine. Can he make the move on Kaya? No, he will stick behind for now. Ono still in P10 without a setup, so good job by him. Mika making a mistake. Mika, I think, is out of the race. Is he out immediately? I think he is still running. Bolly, same can he said about him. He is running down in P15. Made a mistake somewhere. Sven and Jagizan real close on track. Sven almost losing his car, and Borrell and Ono are battling. Borrell making the move on Ono, going into Stowe. And Borrell, our previous racer, already in P7. He can gain massive points out of this weekend if he can get onto the podium as well here. Bolly once again making a mistake. He is out of the track at Cops. He's on the gravel. And he's running now once again as the Mercedes of Noah Jones going for a move on Janssen. Moves himself up into P9. Good move by Noah Jones. Will drivers going into the pit lane now? Yes, I think there was a car going into the pit lane. Kaya moves into the pit lane, but he is now going for the mediums. Now, that is definitely not the strategy that we see most of the time around here at Silverstone. Oh, a previous racer. No! Almost onto the grass. Was trying to make the move on Frankie. Oh, but he almost lost his Ferrari. What a timing as Bolly now has retired in the pit lane. And Mika, same can be said about him. He has retired in the pit lane. Kaya, on his new mediums in the pit lane. What can he do with his strategy? Yagiza moving up into P11 after overtaking Sven. Frankie gets a 3-second time penalty. So let's recap it.